All right, thank you guys. Wasn't that great? Our children got talent all over Clayton County. We'll get the meeting started at 5. In the next 15 minutes, we'll go into executive session. We then will come out and follow the agenda at 6 o'clock. I do have an announcement. Okay. All right, I was just informed that there's food out there so if anybody wants to eat, guys can make that move now. And I'll tell the board, this is for the board. All right, thank you. See everybody at 5, or actually 6. chair for Clayton County Public Schools, and I represent District 9 as a school board member.
Wow. So can you tell us a little bit about the event today and what you saw and what you heard?
Oh my goodness, this event was awesome. It was an event that attracted a college that was all the way over on the West Coast that came all the way over here to recruit our students. So this gave our students that are in the 11 high schools the opportunity to see a West Coast college that is begging them to enroll and become part of that college.
And speaking about traveling across the country, you mentioned bravery in your speech earlier to the students. So what do you say to students who might be afraid of moving all the way across the country to going somewhere like Sacramento State?
Well, I would say that greatness is beyond your comfort zone, and that the best things in life are the product of discomfort. Diamonds are made from the friction that they get in their production. The same is true about humans. If we stay comfortable, we'll stay the same.
How long does it take to receive an admissions decision?
Well, today we're doing on-the-spot admissions, but usually it's a rolling acceptance process, so it usually takes about 5 to 7 days.
How competitive is admission for out-of-state students?
So at Sacramento State, the GPA to be admitted to Sacramento State is 2.5. We made it that way so that there's access to higher education.
Okay.
Although it is the minimum requirement, our students who are coming in as first-time freshmen have a 3.5 GPA on average.
Good morning. So can you tell us your name and what high school you're from?
My name is Roland Wright. I'm from Riverdale High School.
So what did you think about the presentation in Sacramento State University?
I thought the presentation was good, and I would consider going to Sacramento State.
So what did you like most about what you learned in Sacramento State?
What I liked about most of it, they had all the programs.
What are some opportunities that you have for us today?
Well, we're going to talk about some of our marquee programs. So, state capitol, so public policy, criminal justice. We actually have the second largest criminal justice program in the nation. Political science, international relations. We got internship programs where you study at Sac State and then you work at the state capitol. I actually did that when I was a student at Sacramento State, so that was an amazing experience. We're also known for engineering and computer science, and then health sciences degree as a kind of pathway to those who want to figure out whether or not they want to do med school, dentistry school, pharmacy school, or something else.
Thank you.
And we're very thankful to Sacramento State University and Dr. Luke Wu. When a college president travels across the country to meet with your students, this is serious business. It's a commitment by that university. We're going to meet that commitment.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please start off by telling us your name and what you do here in Clayton County?
Good deal. My name is Benjamin Straker, and I'm actually the current board chair for Clayton County Public Schools, and I represent District 9 as a school board member.
Wow. So can you tell us a little bit about the event today and what you saw and what you heard?
Oh my goodness, this event was awesome. It was an event that attracted a college that was all the way over on the West Coast that came all the way over here to recruit our students. So this gave our students that are in the 11 high schools the opportunity to see a West Coast college that is begging them to enroll and become part of that college.
And speaking about traveling across the country, you mentioned bravery in your speech earlier to the students. So what do you say to students who might be afraid of moving all the way across the country to going somewhere like Sacramento State?
Well, I would say that greatness is beyond your comfort zone, and that the best things in life are the product of discomfort. Diamonds are made from the friction that they get in their production. The same is true about humans. If we stay comfortable, we'll stay the same.
How long does it take to receive an admissions decision?
Well, today we're doing on-the-spot admissions, but usually it's a rolling acceptance process, so it usually takes about 5 to 7 days.
How competitive is admission for out-of-state students?
So at Sacramento State, the GPA to be admitted to Sacramento State is 2.5. We made it that way so that there's access to higher education. Although it is the minimum requirement, our students who are coming in as first-time freshmen have a 3.5 GPA on average.
Good morning. So can you tell us your name and what high school you're from?
My name is Roland, right? I'm from Riverdale High School.
So what did you think about the presentation in Sacramento State University?
I thought the presentation was good, and I would consider going to Sacramento State.
So what did you like most about what you learned inside?
What I liked about most of it, they had all the programs.
What are some opportunities that you have for us today?
Well, we're going to talk about some of our marquee programs. So, state capitol, so public policy, criminal justice. We actually have the second largest criminal justice program in the nation. Political science, international relations. We got internship programs where you study at Sac State and then you work at the state capitol. I actually did that when I was a student at Sacramento State, so that was an amazing experience. We're also known for engineering and computer science, and then health sciences degree as a kind of pathway to those who want to figure out whether or not they want to do med school, dentistry school, pharmacy school, or something else.
Thank you.
And we're very thankful to Sacramento State University and Dr. Luke Wu. When a college president travels across the country to meet with your students, this is serious business. It's a commitment by that university. We're going to meet that commitment.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please start off by telling us your name and what you do here in Clayton County?
Good deal. My name is Benjamin Straker, and I'm actually the current board chair for Clayton County Public Schools, and I represent District 9 as a school board member.
Wow. So can you tell us a little bit about the event today and what you saw and what you heard?
Oh my goodness, this event was awesome. It was an event that attracted a college that was all the way over on the West Coast that came all the way over here to recruit our students. So this gave our students that are in the 11 high schools the opportunity to see a West Coast college that is begging them to enroll and become part of that college.
And speaking about traveling across the country, you mentioned bravery in your speech earlier to the students. So what do you say to students who might be afraid of moving all the way across the country to going somewhere like Sacramento State?
Well, I would say that greatness is beyond your comfort zone, and that the best things in life are the product of discomfort. Diamonds are made from the friction that they get in their production. The same is true about humans. If we stay comfortable, we'll stay the same.
How long does it take to receive an admissions decision?
Well, today we're doing on-the-spot admissions, but usually it's a rolling acceptance process, so it usually takes about 5 to 7 days.
How competitive is admission for out-of-state students?
So at Sacramento State, the GPA to be admitted to Sacramento State is 2.5. We made it that way so that there's access to higher education. Although it is the minimum requirement, our students who are coming in as first-time freshmen have a 3.5 GPA on average.
Good morning. So can you tell us your name and what high school you're from?
My name is Roland, right? I'm from Riverdale High School.
So what did you think about the presentation in Sacramento State University?
I thought the presentation was good, and I would consider going to Sacramento State.
So what did you like most about what you learned inside school?
What I liked about most of it, how they had all the programs.
What are some opportunities that you have for us today?
Well, we're going to talk about some of our marquee programs. So, state capitol, so public policy, criminal justice. We actually have the second largest criminal justice program in the nation. Political science, international relations. We got internship programs where you study at Sac State and then you work at the state capitol. I actually did that when I was a student at Sacramento State, so that was an amazing experience. We're also known for engineering and computer science, and then health sciences degree as a kind of pathway to those who want to figure out whether or not they want to do med school, dentistry school, pharmacy school, or something else.
Thank you.
And we're very thankful to Sacramento State University and Dr. Luke Wu. When a college president travels across the country to meet with your students, this is serious business. It's a commitment by that university. We're going to meet that commitment.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you start off by telling us your name and what you do here in Clayton County?
Good deal. My name is Benjamin Straker, and I'm actually the current board chair for Clayton County Public Schools, and I represent District 9 as a school board member.
Wow. So can you tell us a little bit about the event today and what you saw and what you heard?
Oh my goodness, this event was awesome. It was an event that attracted a college that was all the way over on the West Coast that came all the way over here to recruit our students. So this gave our students that are in the 11 high schools the opportunity to see a West Coast college that is begging them to enroll and become part of that college.
And speaking about traveling across the country, you mentioned bravery in your speech earlier to the students. So what do you say to students who might be afraid of moving all the way across the country to going somewhere like Sacramento State?
Well, I would say that greatness is beyond your comfort zone, and that the best things in life are the product of discomfort. Diamonds are made from the friction that they get in their production. The same is true about humans. If we stay comfortable, we'll stay the same.
How long does it take to receive an admissions decision?
Well, today we're doing on-the-spot admissions, but usually it's a rolling acceptance process, so it usually takes about 5 to 7 days.
How competitive is admission for out-of-state students?
So at Sacramento State, the GPA to be admitted to Sacramento State is 2.5. We made it that way so that there's access to higher education. Although it is the minimum requirement, our students who are coming in as first-time freshmen have a 3.5 GPA on average.
Good morning. So can you tell us your name and what high school you're from?
My name is Roland, right? I'm from Riverdale High School.
So what did you think about the presentation in Sacramento State University?
I thought the presentation was good, and I would consider going to Sacramento State.
So what did you like most about what you learned inside?
What I liked about most of it, they had all the programs.
What are some opportunities that you have for us today?
Well, we're going to talk about some of our marquee programs. So, state capitol, so public policy, criminal justice. We actually have the second largest criminal justice program in the nation. Political science, international relations. We got internship programs where you study at Sac State and then you work at the state capitol. I actually did that when I was a student at Sacramento State, so that was an amazing experience. We're also known for engineering and computer science, and then health sciences degree as a kind of pathway to those who want to figure out whether or not they want to do
Thank
med
you for your
school,
patience.
dentistry
The time
school,
is now
pharmacy school,
6:01
or something
p.m.
else.
and we're going to resume our board meeting. Next up on the list is board recognitions. Mr. Charles?
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Vice Chairman, members of the board.
I have board recognitions. All right. Go ahead, Mr. White.
Okay. Before I begin, I'm going to ask would everyone who is here who is a school social worker to please stand. I would also ask the members of the School Student Support Services Department and Division to please stand as well. This week, the week of March 1st through the 7th, marks the celebration of School Social Work Week. This year's theme is Unite to Ignite, celebrating our impact. It honors the collective strength and dedication and passion of school social workers nationwide. Throughout the school year, school social workers navigate complex challenges and rising student needs with resilience and compassion. By uniting students, families, educators, and communities, they ignite positive change and help create supportive environments where all students can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. This year's theme also highlights the vital role school social workers play in fostering connections, advocating for equality, and driving social and emotional growth. For these and many, many other reasons, we honor them this week. I would ask the board to please stand and join us as we applaud this outstanding group of individuals in our district.
Sure, go for it. Do whatever you want.
Thank you. Our final presentation of the evening involves a special group of individuals. Clayton County Public Schools takes great pride in saluting the Clayton County Board of Education in observance of Georgia School Board Appreciation Week, March the 9th through the 13th. It is a statewide celebration sponsored by the Georgia School Boards Association that calls attention to the contributions of our board and its 9 members. Governor Brian Kemp has issued a proclamation stating that Georgians serving on Board of Education have demonstrated a strong commitment to quality public education by doing those duties necessary through fiscal responsibility, building partnerships, and maintaining academic standards that produce students that are educated, productive citizens of the state and the nation. At this time, Clayton County Public Schools expresses its appreciation to our board and for their dedication and service. As each name is called, we ask that that board member come forward before the table and will be presented an award of appreciation by Interim Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Douglas Hendricks, Sr. Our first is Ms. Jasmine Bowles, representing District 1, having 8 years of service. Mr. Mark Christmas is not with us this evening. He represents District 2 and has 14 years of service. And we ask the board members to please remain up front. Dr. Jesse Gorey, representing District 3, 18 years of service. Ms. Victoria Williams, representing District 4, 8 years of service. Dr. Beatrice D. Haney, representing District 5, 6 years of service. Ms. Mary Baker, Board Vice Chair, representing District 6, 18 years of service. Ms. Sabrina Hill, representing District 7, 5 years of service. Ms. Joy Tellis Cooper, representing District 8 rather, 4 years of service, sorry. And Mr. Benjamin Straker, Board Chair, representing District 9, 11 years of service. Let's give a round of applause to this outstanding board.
Very quickly, dear board members, in the brief time that I've been in this position, which this is the end of my first 30 days, I've had an opportunity to get to know you better. I already knew most of you well, but I've had an opportunity to know you better. And I want to say thank you because you've all been supportive for the work that we're attempting to do. And the staff knows that you support the work that they do and will continue to support the work that they do as we try to improve the lives of kids. This partnership means everything. It means everything to me. I know it means everything to them, and we're so proud of you. So thank you for your service. We appreciate you. All right.
And now we'll have the photograph.
Thank you.
All right, if everybody would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'm now calling the roll call. District 1, Ms. Jasmine Bowles.
Present.
District 2, Mr. Mark Christmas is absent today. District 3, Dr. Jesse Goree. Present. District 4, Ms. Victoria Williams. Present. District 5, Dr. D. Haney. Present. District 6, Ms. Mary Baker. Present. District 7, Ms. Sabrina Hill. Present. District 8, Ms. Joy Tellis Cooper. Present. And District 9, which is myself, Ben Straker. Interim Superintendent, Dr. Douglas Hendricks. Present. Board Attorney, Mr. Clem Doyle. Present. Assistant to the Interim Superintendent, Ms. Dawn Biles. Present. Assistant of Special Projects, Ms. Alicia Battles. And Board Liaison, Ms. Kimberly Blackwood. Present. Thank you. I'm now reading the ethics statement. Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm going to let you make an announcement, then Mary Baker's going to make an announcement. Anybody else have any announcements they want to make? All right, go ahead.
All right. I want to acknowledge a couple of people who just had birthdays. Dr. Shanice Radcliffe and also Miss Stephanie, Miss Stephanie Trice. Birthday is today. But on another note, I wanted to let everyone know I just received word that wanted us to take a moment of silence for Dr. Bowie, who I just found out his mother passed today. And actually, we have a direct connection in that he's my son-in-law's, his mother is my son-in-law's cousin. And she has, had a few issues, and I am just sorry to report that. Please be with Dr. Bowie and his family during this particular time. So if we could take a moment of silence, please. Thank you.
Ms. Baker.
I just didn't want to wait till the next time we get to do announcements. I was at the mock trial district competition, and I'm proud to announce that Jonesboro made the competition. They will won the competition, and they will be going to state But more importantly, I need you to know that that is the 25th consecutive year that Jonesboro is taking us to state. So.
Board members, anybody else want to make an announcement? Go ahead, Ms. Tellis Cooper.
Well, I was going to wait until next. I'll wait until next board member, but just really quickly, I want to shout out the North Clayton High School students. I went this last week and spoke at their award ceremony. I want you to hear the statistics of all the A's and B's, so I'll wait to show you the presentation next board meeting. But congratulations to all those students.
All right, Ms. Williams? Okay, interesting.
Happy birthday to everyone.
All right, board members, we also have a late email from Miss Anna Cox. The State of Georgia's Spanish Spelling Bee will be held this Friday, March 13th. No, that's next Friday, March 13th, at the Morrow Center, beginning at 11 a.m. All board members are invited to attend that. All right. I'm now going to read the ethics statement. In accordance with Board Policy BH, it is the duty of every board member to avoid both conflicts of interest and appearances of such conflicts. Does any board member have any known conflict of interest or appearance of such conflict with respect to any matter scheduled to come before the board at this meeting or appearing on our proposed agenda? If so, please identify the conflict or the appearance of conflict and refrain from participation in the matter involved. We'll now move into public participation. I have 3 people on the list for public participation. The Clayton County Board of Education welcomes public participation and will hear any interested individual pursuant to the guidelines outlined in policy BCBI. Members of the public will not be allowed to discuss individual personnel issues or confidential student matters. Speakers must identify themselves and topics before speaking. Speakers will be given 3 minutes to speak, and time may not be yielded from one speaker to another. Board members will not respond to comments from speakers. The chairman may respond as appropriate. Issues requiring possible action by the board may be added to future agendas. Issues that may need to be addressed by the administration will be duly noted. Abuse of language and/or personal attacks will not be permitted. My first person up for public participation is Sherelle Gurrell. Ms. Sherelle Gurrell, are you here? Or Mr. Miss? Okay, Miss. Ms. Sherelle Gurrell.
Good evening, Interim Superintendent Hendricks, Board Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the board. My name is Sherelle Gurrell, and I'm here to bring light to the issue of the unfortunate incident that took place at Forest Park Middle School recently. Sorry. Parents should be able to send their students to school and be able to leave them safely in the school district's care to receive their education, to receive their education. The incident at Forest Park Middle School should have never occurred, but in this case, there were multiple issues that could have been avoided. Why was it possible for a student to gain access to the school building during the school day via a side door that should have been secured? All students are required to enter the front entrance of the school, where detectives would have been able to detect anything that would cause harm. Given the present time where our nation's schools are impacted by the various attacks and instances where students' lives have been at risk, one of the school district's top priorities should be to ensure student safety. Students should not feel as if their place of education is a battlefield. It should be a place where minds are nurtured for the future. Why was it that the student had to wait almost 45 minutes for emergency services to receive medical attention? Given the severity of the injury, time is critical to determine life or death. The school should have had a dedicated SRO on site and should not have to call another school to wait on an SRO to arrive and make the call for emergency services. Even if policy states that our SROs can contact emergency services, this policy should be extended to all staff, as in cases like these where an SRO was not on site until minutes later, this could have been fatal for someone who has suffered an injury. Also, the mother of the student should have been notified immediately. In no case, a mother or parent should have to learn of their child's well-being from a third-hand source. Additional resources should have been in place or should be required, especially where a language barrier might be involved. I pray for this recovery for the student and the accountability of this board and school district to uphold their promise to our students, not only for their education, but to ensure their safety every day they are present in our schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Nancy Howard.
Good evening, Interim Superintendent Hendricks, Board Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the board. My name is Nancy Howard. I am here also to discuss the incident that happened at Forest Park Middle School, the same school where I first met Coach Hendricks, and he taught me to speak out, especially for those in need, when they needed the most. Approximately 3 weeks ago, I was contacted by concerned residents and parents of Forest Park Middle School. They informed me of stabbing that took place involving 2 students at that particular school. A child had been robbed of his possessions, and in the process of obtaining them back, he was stabbed twice, once in the back and once in the face. There are several concerns with this incident. One, how and why did the aggressor have a knife inside the school? How or why did it take 40 minutes for the student to receive medical assistance? Why is there an alleged policy that states that only SROs are allowed to make medical assistance calls? Why was there not an SRO on site, which ultimately delayed medical assistance? If we know that an SRO is on leave, we should make proper arrangements to have a replacement in situations like this. Fifth point, why was the student's younger sibling, a 13-year-old, the one that had to contact the parent to inform her of the incident, which caused him to have more trauma than necessary? Lastly, whoever made the comment to the mother that schools are not Walmarts and therefore there are not camera monitors and should be ashamed. That's not a comment that comment was not necessary, but also it was unprofessional and unsympathetic. I'm gonna end with this. We drop our children off every single day and we rely on CCPS to take care of their safety. Coach, you stated all children. You didn't say omit the ones that don't look like me. You didn't say omit the ones that have parents that have language barriers. You didn't say omit the ones that have special needs. All children. So I say this to say, I want all the children at CCPS to experience the same safe, loving, learning experience that I had at CCPS over 20 years ago. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Ms. Howard, thank you very much. Ms. Guerrero, thank you very much also. I assure you that all board members are listening and hearing what you're talking about. It is our job to review policy, and I'm requesting that all board members please pull up that policy. Let's discuss the policy. Let's discuss the policy in whole. Thank you. Next up is Adriana Reyna, and I think she's going to be assisted with an interpreter.
Buenas tardes, gracias por permitirme y darme este espacio.
Good afternoon, and thank you for allowing me and giving me this space.
Yo soy la madre de Isaías, el niño que fue atacado brutalmente en la escuela media de Forest Park. Quizá no conocen detalladamente el caso, pero y a lo mejor yo también no estoy muy involucrada en las políticas de la escuela.
I am the mother of the student Isaias, who was injured at Forest Park Middle School. As you may not know of all the details, or I may not know of all of the policies to what occurred.
Pero sí me gustaría saber qué protocolos o qué pasos tienen a seguir cuando hay jovencitos acosados.
But I would like to know the protocols of what we need to do, or the steps of what we need to do with students that have been injured, like this case.
¿Qué soporte dan a esos niños? ¿Qué soporte dan a las familias de esos niños? Y no menos importante, ¿qué soporte dan a los niños que les toca que ser testigos de ese acoso?
What support do you all give families? What support do you all give the students who have been attacked, or the students who had to witness the attack?
¿Y qué sucede cuando el caso escala como ha escalado el caso de mi hijo? Mi hijo fue apuñalado dentro de una escuela y no fui notificada por ningún directivo.
It had to be escalated to this point. I wasn't notified. My son did get stabbed, and I just want to know what are the policies or what needs to be done.
Mi hijo menor fue el que tuvo que hacer esa llamada y ahora no solo tengo un hijo acosado, apuñalado, sino un hijo también traumado porque él me dice, sorry mom, yo no quería tener que llamar para decirte eso.
My youngest son is who witnessed what happened to his brother. He is who notified me, and he shouldn't have witnessed that. He now apologizes to me, letting me know that he did not have to make that call to her. Now I have a son who has witnessed this and is traumatized, and also a son who this occurred and got stabbed.
Bueno, se me acaba el tiempo y en este punto solo tengo que dejarles saber que después de la respuesta que me dio uno de los directivos de la escuela, ahora yo me siento más segura y más a salvo dentro de una tienda Walmart que dentro de una escuela.
My time is up, and I do just want to.
Yo me siento
She
más segura.
could continue. She could continue.
I do feel now safer as the comment that was done by Walmart, the Walmart comment.
Pues no sé qué más decirles, no sé qué respuestas tengan ustedes. No veo a ningún directivo aquí de los directivos específicamente de la Forest Park Middle School.
I don't see any of the principals from Forest Park Middle School here, so I'm not sure what is going to be done.
Después del incidente de mi hijo, yo tuve que esperar 3 semanas para que alguien me llamara. El incidente de mi hijo pasó el día 15 de enero y nadie nunca me llamó, ni siquiera un mensaje de texto para preguntar cómo es que estaba mi hijo.
The incident happened January 15th, and to this day, nothing has happened. I haven't heard anybody else, or no one has contacted me for any updates on how our concerns of my child.
La reunión que tuve con ellos fue porque yo di el primer paso para reunirme con ellos y verdaderamente les digo que es triste, verdaderamente es triste saber a dónde uno confía cada día a sus hijos.
I had to make the first step in trying to hold a meeting with everyone. It is truly sad, sad that I have to go through this, that it had to be me having to ask for the meeting, and just the situation that we're going through.
Cabe mencionar que mi hijo es un adolescente con necesidades especiales. Él tiene autismo y padece de epilepsia.
My son is autistic, and he does also suffer from epilepsy. He's my youngest son.
Se suponía que en su IP teníamos acordado que él siempre tenía que estar supervisado por un adulto debido a sus ataques de epilepsia y no había nadie que estuviera supervisando a mi hijo cuando sufrió el ataque.
to my understanding, on his IEP, he should have been supervised, or at least that is one of his accommodations that he does, he should receive, is to be supervised, and at that moment, he was not.
Más de 40 minutos esperando la ambulancia y yo puedo seguir haciendo preguntas, pero voy a darles el tiempo, voy a darles la oportunidad de que me den ustedes las respuestas que no pude obtener de los directivos de Forest Park Middle School.
Muchas gracias. What was that?
Esperando la ambulancia.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, in the 40 minutes that I had to wait for the ambulance, I do see my time is up, and I do appreciate you guys, and I do want to give you guys also the time to give me a response back.
Good deal. If you could stay there for a second, because you're going to have to interpret the superintendent. I just want you to give a brief comment on the acknowledgement of the fact that we are going to move forward and taking care of that.
First of all, let me express what's already been said. Is my mic? School should be a very safe place for not all children, but for every child. We don't say all children, we say every child, because when we say every child, we give a face to every child.
All right, hold on one second. Go ahead.
So I'm sorry, the other interpreter is
Okay,
interpreting in her ear. I'm
gotcha.
Oh, sure, I'm sorry. And with that being said, we will continue to look into this matter. I will look into this matter to make sure that it is handled sufficiently. And I want you to know that not only your child, but your family matters. And again, every child matters. And so with that being said, thank you for sharing. And just know that we're going to look into this matter and make sure that everything was done the way it should be. And where there is a need for amendments, if we find that, we will amend. So thank you for your time this evening. We appreciate it, and we hear you loud and clear.
Thank you, Dr. Hendricks.
Gracias.
We will now move towards executive session recommendations. I think we have 2 recommendations. Yeah, I need a motion for the tribunal appeal number 2025-2026-004.
For tribunal number 2025-2026-04, the motion to modify the tribunal's recommendation as discussed in executive session.
Do I got a second, Ms. Cooper?
Second.
The motion has been made and properly second. Can I get a vote? We got 1, Ms. Bowes. Ms. Williams, are you? Ms. Williams, myself, Ms. Baker, Dr. Haney, and Joy Tellis Cooper. Ms. Hill, are you abstaining or no? And Ms. Goree, are you abstaining or?
I'm a definite no.
Okay, so you got 1 no, Ms. Goree, you got an abstention, Ms. Hill. Next, I believe that the superintendent has a recommendation on his list.
I recommend that you approve the administrative list as produced for you.
Okay, we're gonna do 2 different lists. So we'll do the first list, and then we'll have a motion for the second list. Ms. Hill, is that good? So moved. Can I get a second? Ms. Baker.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm asking that we vote on 2 separately, please. Number 64 and number 58.
Okay, we're making a motion on the list minus number 64 and minus number 58. So, Ms. Hill, you want to redo that motion minus 64 and 58?
I make the motion that we accept the interim superintendent's recommendation, removing number
64 and 58. Do I have a second? Ms. Baker. Okay, so the motion has been made minus 64 and 58, and it has been properly second. Can I get a vote? Okay, I have Ms. Bowles, I have Ms. Goree, Ms. Williams? Ms. Williams is abstaining. Myself, positive. Ms. Baker, positive. Ms. Dr. Haney, Ms. Hill, and Tellis Cooper. Ms. Victor. Okay, now we need a motion for number 64 and 58. Can I get a motion, Ms. Tellis Cooper? So moved. Second, please. Ms. Hill. All right.
They have to be individual.
What was that? Individual? Okay, so we're gonna do, right, 64. All right, and Ms. Baker? Oh, Ms. Hill, I'm sorry. Second, all right, so we're voting on 64 now. The motion has been made and properly second. Can I get a vote? I got Ms. Tellis Cooper, I got Ms. Hill, I got Ms. Baker, myself, and Ms. Bowes. Ms. Goree, you're abstaining or no?
I'm going to abstain from the vote.
Okay, Ms. Williams? Abstain, and, all right, we got 3 abstentions. Now we're going to do the motion for number 58 on the list, 58. Ms. Tellis Cooper? So moved. And let me have a second, Ms. Hill. All right, the motion has been made for number 58 and properly seconded. Can I get a vote for 58? All right, I got Ms. Bowes, myself, Ms. Baker, Ms. Hill, and Ms. Tellis Cooper. Dr. Haney, are you abstaining? Ms. Williams, are you abstaining? And Ms. Goree, abstention or no?
Abstention.
Okay, 3 abstentions. We're now going to move to the second list. All right. Is there any numbers that need to be pulled from the second list, board members? Seeing none, we'll vote on the entire list. Ms. Tellis Cooper?
So moved.
Can I get a second? Ms. Baker? The motion has been made and properly second. Can I get a vote? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have everybody except for Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams, is that an abstention or no? Abstention. We have now completed our executive session recommendations.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, ma'am.
In the future, when we have these votes, can we get the motion stated so that the public knows what it is that we're voting on?
No problem. We'll do that moving forward.
Recommendation. Thank you.
Ms. Blackwood, announcements.
Evening, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, board members, Intern Superintendent Hendricks, district administrators, and citizens of Clayton County. My name is Aaliyah Miller, and I am an 8th grade scholar here at MD Roberts Middle School of the Arts.
And my name is Justice Williams. I am also a scholar at MD Roberts Middle School of the Arts in the 7th grade. It is our pleasure to present the board announcements for the month of March.
The 3rd month of the calendar year serves as American Red Cross Month, National Nutrition Month, National Women's History Month, and is home for the first day of spring.
March is Arts in Our Schools Month. Throughout the month of March, the district's Department of Fine Arts is pleased to offer our students a series of masterclasses hosted by outstanding local and national artists. There will be a special activity for all schools on Wednesday, March 25th at the Performing Arts Center as we celebrate the arts in Clayton County Public Schools. We encourage all stakeholders to acknowledge the arts as an essential part of the educational process.
The week of March 2nd through 6th, 2026 is National School Breakfast Week. This year's theme is the quest for school breakfast, highlights the importance of starting the day with a nutritious meal. The district's school nutrition department will celebrate National School Breakfast Week district-wide with an exciting and engaging week of activities and themed menus designed to encourage families to take advantage of healthy, balanced breakfast options available for students each morning.
The district will also join the rest of the nation in observing Read Across America Week, March 2nd through the 6th. It should also be noted that today has been deemed the official National Read Across America Day. The theme for this special week is Celebrating a Nation of Diverse Readers, which highlights books reflecting all Americans and also emphasizes the importance of kindness.
Applications for the district pre-kindergarten online lottery for the 2026 through 2027 school year will begin Monday, March 2nd and will continue through Friday, March 22nd. Interested parents should visit the district website for more details.
The district's Department of Exceptional Children will host its annual DES Parent Expo on Saturday, March 7th at Morrow High School in Ellenwood. The expo, featuring games, music, prizes, snacks, special guests, and informative parent sessions, will begin at 9 a.m. The theme is Press Play, connecting families to great resources. The district's Department of Student Services will hold a pair of ribbon-cutting ceremonies celebrating the opening of 2 new school-based health centers. The first will take place at Huey Elementary School in Forest Park on Tuesday, March 10th at 10 a.m. The second will occur on Tuesday, March 17th at 10 a.m. on the campus of Lee Street Element in Jonesboro. Each ceremony will include a tour of the health centers.
The district's annual Hear Our Voices competition will be held Thursday, March 12th at the Performing Arts Center. The competition is scheduled to begin at 9 a.m. and will feature presentations in the categories of speech, multimedia, and spoken word.
The district will observe the 3rd Extended Learning Beyond the Classroom Day of the 2025 through 2026 school year on Monday, March 16th. All students in grade pre-K through 12 will remain home for asynchronous or independent learning, while all staff will report to work on that day.
The district will return to regular operation schedules on Tuesday, March 17th.
On Thursday, March 26, 2026, the district will host the 9th Annual Perfect Pitch Contest. Teams and individual students from each high school have been invited to showcase their persuasive speech writing skills by delivering a perfect pitch. The competition will be held at the district's Performing Arts Center. The event will run from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., with the contest beginning promptly at 10 a.m.
The March Board Work Session is scheduled for Monday, March 30th at 5 p.m. and unless otherwise announced, will be held at the district's Performing Arts Center in Jonesboro, Georgia.
On Tuesday, March 31st, Dr. Jessie Gurry, Board of Education District 3 representative, will present a K-12 Girls Conference in celebration of Women's History Month. The conference, which is restricted to invited student participants, will be held at the district's Performing Arts Center in Jonesboro and will begin at 9:30 a.m.
Applicants for the district's virtual learning program will open April 1st and will close April 30th.
The district will observe spring break April 6th through 10th. All schools and offices will be closed.
The April board meeting is scheduled for Monday, April 13th at 6 p.m. and unless otherwise announced, will be held at the district's Performing Arts Center in Jonesboro, Georgia.
A final note. Interim Superintendent Dr. Douglas Hendricks Sr. will conduct the Meet the Interim Superintendent Tour through the month of March, with the first session to take place on Wednesday, March 11th at Morrow High School in Ellenwood. For more information, please see the district's website.
My name's Aaliyah.
And my name is Justice. Mr. Chair, that concludes tonight's announcements. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
We now move to the approval of the minutes. Board members, Ms. Bowles has requested that her vote on February 2nd to approve the consent agenda be changed from a yes to an abstention in order to avoid the appearance of conflict of interest. We will let the minutes reflect that if there is no objection. So if there's no objection to Ms. Bowles' request, we will amend the minutes and, yes, sir. The purchasing report, not the consent agenda. Okay, so correction, not the consent agenda, it was the purchasing report that she's abstaining to. All right, is every board member okay with that? Yes? Good deal.
I have a procedural
Go ahead.
question about that.
Go ahead. And Mr. Doyle, if you mind, you can.
Are you supposed to change your vote as soon after that meeting, or what?
The sooner the better, but this is the time that we're approving the minutes, and it's before then, so this will suffice.
All right. Thank you. Next, minutes called for board meeting on February 7th. Is there any changes or amendments on February 7th? February 7th minutes. Next is the minutes for the called board meeting on February 18th, 2026. Is there any amendments or changes for those minutes? Seeing none, we'll now move on to the consent agenda. We are voting on the consent agenda tonight. Financial report, SPLOST revenue report, purchasing report, budget amendments, SPLOST construction report, capital purchasing report, and the personnel changes report. Is there any one of these items that anybody wants pulled?
Can we pull the financial report and vote on that separately?
You got it. Anybody else? All right, so we're voting on the consent agenda minus the financial report, SPLOST revenue report. We'll have the SPLOST revenue report, purchasing report, budget amendments, SPLOST construction report, capital purchase report, and the personnel changes report. Can I get a motion? Ms. Tellers-Cooper? And Ms. Baker. All right, the motion has been made and properly second. Can I get a vote? All right, it's everybody that's here. Next, we're going to vote separately on the financial report. Can I get a motion for the financial report? Ms. Baker?
Moved as presented.
Okay. Can I get a second? Ms. Cooper? Second. All right, the motion has been made and properly second. Can I get a vote? Ms. Hill, is that an abstention or no? Okay. It's a no for Ms. Hill. All right, that completes the consent agenda for tonight. Let's move on to the business agenda. I got the GSBA board recognition. We went over that last week. Is there any other discussion that needs to be, or can we have a motion? Yes?
I move that we accept the GSBA board recognition.
Okay, can I get a second?
I can't hear.
We're voting on the GSBA board recognition.
I know, but what is she making a motion?
She made the motion.
What's the motion?
The motion is to accept it.
Is it, but are we to?
There's a motion on the floor. You're waiting for a second?
Yes, I am.
Second?
You got it. Your second? All right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is this to select
The criteria in which the GSBA has listed for board recognition.
To do exemplary,
Is it to accept?
to do the exemplary
Criteria for,
criteria.
Right, but I'm saying, is it to accept a level?
To approve the recognition criteria.
It's the same thing we do every year.
So, but it's different
So
levels.
how did you want me to?
We only do one level every year.
There are more, it's more than one
There's more than one, but
level.
right now
So
there's a
would you like
motion
me
on the
to
floor
say- is that the-
with a
okay,
second.
1 second, repeat the,
I'm asking a question.
Ms. Corey, would you like to make the motion?
No,
Would you like me to clarify?
You have made a motion, I'm asking a question. This is procedurally the time to ask a question.
Okay, has your question been answered?
It hasn't, because I
Okay,
keep getting
all right,
interrupted
Ms.
by
Baker, go
both of
ahead.
these people.
My motion is to accept the recommendation to go as exemplary board.
Okay, that's what
Okay.
I didn't hear that part.
That's fine, I clarified.
Motion has been made and properly seconded by Ms. Bowles. Can I get a vote? Okay, I got Ms. Tellers-Cooper, I got Ms. Dehaney, I got Ms. Baker, myself, Ms. Williams, and Ms. Goree. I got 2 abstentions or no's.
It's a no for me.
No for you? Okay, 2 no's, Hill and Bowles. In conjunction with the board recognition, the board tries to guide us with the board vision resolution. Can we vote on accepting the board recognition program checklist, the Georgia Vision? We have added in the criteria in which Ms. Goree has sent the email in today. You'll see that marked in red. So if that's okay with everybody, can I get a vote? A motion? Ms. Tellers-Cooper?
I move that we accept the board recognition program checklist.
And Ms. Baker? Okay. Can I get a vote? All right, I have Ms. Bowles, I have Ms. Goree, myself, Ms. Baker, Dr. Haney, and Joy Tellis Cooper. And Ms. Hill is abstaining.
And I am abstaining.
And I'm sorry, and Ms. Williams is abstaining. We now move on to the strategic plan. I'm going to start off with any discussion that needs to be done with the strategic plan.
Are you say you're starting with discussion?
I'm starting with the discussion.
Okay, well, I sent, Dr. Wiley sent us some information, and I have an issue with the fact, I think I don't understand why we're voting on something. I think in particular, she has an idea, but the fact of the matter is that we had not received any information about the strategic plan since we had 3-on-3s. I sent the email this afternoon. We had 3-on-3s, I believe, in January of 2025. We had a retreat in February of 2025. Mr. Straker and I participated with a group in the spring of 2025. And since then, she has had some meetings with various groups, but no one has given us any information about the strategic plan other than what we received last week. So I just felt like we should at least have had a little bit more information. Someone should have been filling us in on the strategic plan, since the strategic plan is supposed to be the work of the board. But if the board only sees stuff, it's been a year, and we hadn't seen anything prior to 2025, I don't really see why we would be voting on anything other than just receiving information.
Is there anybody else that wants to discuss this? Ms. Baker?
I completely understand where my colleague is coming from. I think we could have gotten this information earlier, but seeing as there's very little to no changes, I'm willing to move forward.
Anybody else? If none, can I get a motion for the strategic plan? Ms. Baker? Can I get a second? Ms. Tellis Cooper? The motion has been made and properly second. Can I get a vote? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I got Ms. Bowles, myself, Ms. Baker, Ms. Hill, and Ms. Joy Tellis Cooper. Dr. Haney? Dr. Haney is abstaining. Ms. Williams is abstaining.
I'm a no.
And Ms. Goree is a no. Folks, last on the agenda is from the request of the children last week to name a section of the Convocation Center Creative Studios.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to.
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the scholar's recommendation.
You got it? Can I get a second? Ms. Tellis Cooper. Second. Okay, the motion has been made.
Discussion, please.
Go for it.
Yes. I love the presentation that the students gave, but I'm amazed that the board we're naming something and we have a policy. Remember, you all came up with a special policy about naming facilities. According to board policy, there's supposed to be a committee, all that was formed. Remember, you all did that to keep a building that the public asked to be named after me. You voted me down.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I love their presentation. All of the students in all of the high schools were not included. I don't like excluding students, so for that reason, I am going to probably abstain from the vote. I love the idea, but it would be nice if we could include all students. And when you vote this in, please know that you're violating your own policy that you all set up just for me.
The motion has been made and properly second. Can I get a vote? Okay, Ms. Bowles, yes. Myself, yes. Ms. Baker, yes. Ms. Hill, yes. And Ms. Tellis Cooper, yes. Dr. Haney? Okay. Dr. Haney is abstaining. Ms. Williams is abstaining.
And I am going to abstain on the basis that the board is violating their own policy that they adopted last year. That is not the way we name a facility. Thank you.
You got it.
Question, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sure.
Procedural question for our attorney. Can you help me understand the proper sequence of events when a motion has been made and properly seconded? At what point should discussion happen? Prior to the making of said motion, when discussion is at work, or after a motion has been made and seconded? Could you please help us all understand the parliamentary procedure?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the question. In large assemblies, Thank you, Madam, for the question. Under Robert's rules, in large assemblies, I won't go into it too far because I'm the only thing in between you guys and adjournment right now, I understand. It is proper to have a motion and a second before discussion commences, but in small boards, and we would be characterized as a small board, you can have discussion occur before the motion and the second. Generally, I would advise just being consistent with it, but no violations that I flagged there.
So there's been no violations this evening. With that said, the vote is in.
Within the policy.
With that, the vote has been in. The time currently is 6:54 p.m., and this meeting is adjourned.